All right, to retrogress, not all the way, but just to go back towards the ending of my using career. I mean, that's pretty much what it was. I was in Seattle a lot, running the streets, um, just being dumb. Like I was chasing the dragon, and I don't know that everybody's gonna know what that is, but it was a lot of slamming dope. We called it black. It was heroin. I don't think I got high much at all. I mean, that's really not what heroin's about. I mean, you get high like the first couple of times, but after that, you do this thing called getting well, like every damn day. You're just like trying to get enough so you don't like get sick from the withdrawals, and it's definitely not for everybody. I had to boost a lot of stuff to keep my habit going, and I couldn't stop. I couldn't break out of that cycle unless I was locked up. And I didn't know how to stop, honestly. Off of one of the needles, I'm sure that's how I got hepatitis C. I was slamming dope, and who knows, they would hand out free like bleach kits so you could turn your needles in at a needle exchange and get like some bleach and some other stuff and water. But who knows, at some point I ended up with hepatitis C. I think that was like really devastating. Not at first, obviously. um, at first you can't really tell, but by the time it was in the hepatitis C was in my body for, I don't know, 15, 20 years. I can't exactly tell you how long it was there when I got it. Um, it just, your liver's, so worked all day long. You got this hepatitis C like attacking your liver cells, and um, it just, the toxins are just in your body, and they cross the blood-brain barrier, and then pretty soon, I mean, I could barely think. I'd wake up in the morning, my hands would just hurt. I mean, they ached. Like the toxins, like the liver could no longer really do its job. It was trying to clear all that stuff out of there, and it just gave me this like brain fog, like um, kind of like I was dying or something. I mean, I'm sure there was other people that went way further down the hepatitis road that I did. I eventually, well, I mean, in the latter part of my life, I got married to a really smart woman who ended up with a really good job because she worked really hard, and then she got really good insurance. So I'd go to the native clinic and they'd help as much as they could. I mean, I always joke about the native clinic. All they do is hand out ibuprofen, but really, I mean, these people, they go every bit of the mile that they can with you. They just are really limited on resources. But I did get inoculated for hepatitis A and hepatitis B, which is what you have to be before you can get the other treatment. And my doctor had just like, championed the way for me. Like I had got an ultrasound, which is what you needed to start the treatment for hepatitis C, and they prescribed Harvoni. Harvoni was so expensive that my insurance company wouldn't send the prescription to get filled at Yakima Gastroenterology. They'd fill it and then send them the medication. Every pill was over $1,000. It was $90,000 worth of medication, and I paid $120. It was like 84 days. So I remember like the first time I took a Harvoni, the pill is just, it's ginormous. I don't really know how to explain it. I would look at that pill, it just on, I just have to fight myself to take it. And and it would, what it does is it interrupts the hepatitis C, and it's like virus life or something. It stops it from replicating somehow, and then so it's like two different kind of drugs in there, and then it stops it from feeding itself somehow, and then eventually the ones that you do have die, but you have to keep taking it. And so I was taking this hepatitis, like this medication, Hyrvoni, because of the strand of hepatitis C that I had. It was like, it's like 1A or something like that. Anyway, I would take this pill, and the first one I took, it was just like a tornado. I don't know if you ever like watch Wile E. Coyote eat the earthquake seed or whatever on accident, and it didn't affect Roadrunner, but Coyote was just like in an earthquake. Well, it was kind of like I was taking these tornado pills. I would take one, and I felt like I was gonna fly off the planet. I mean, and the closest thing I can explain it to is, we used to go to the fairgrounds, and there was this flying saucer called the Gravitron, and you get in the Gravitron, and you'd be on this like board thing, and you just slide up and down, and the thing would just spin really fast. Well, that's what I felt like. I felt like I was gonna fly off the planet, and so I was working at this place called Yakima Networking at the time, in the back corner, fixing phones and stuff, and I guess when nobody was looking, I'm like holding on to the table, because I would take that pill in the morning, and I had to fight it down, and the thing was huge. And then it felt like I was spinning all day long, like I was on the Gravitron, and that pill made me so high. It was called a Harboni high or whatever, and I guess not everybody experiences it, but I'm telling you what, it was like I was on one every day, and it was hard to take it every day, because you're just like, I was like looking at that pill, like, oh man, I don't want to eat that, but I don't want to die, so it's like I have to consume it. So I would, and I craved orange juice. I don't know really what that was all about. Maybe my body knew that orange juice just binds the free radicals or whatever, but I was drinking a stupid amount of orange juice. I just couldn't, and I was starving, like starving. I think I went up 60, 70 pounds on Harvoni. I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to be like perfect accuracy on what was going on, but I was definitely a fat native before, but I was a really fat native after. And so 21 days in, they give me a test, and so they like check my blood, and 21 days before there's 7 million viral count, and on the 21st day there's none. They can't detect it, which is crazy, because you still have, it's still a 3-month course of medication. So here we go, they have to get it out of your system. If it's hiding somewhere, I don't know. So I kept taking it every single day in the morning. That's kind of when I took it, over and over again. Then at my 3-month check, it was clear, and then at my 6-month check, it was clear, and then at my year and 2-year check is clear, and it was something else. It's weird. It was like, it was just like slowly, this hepatitis thing was pulling me down and crippling me, and then it was like I came out of the water after being held under for too long. You just took a breath of fresh air. All of a sudden I could think. It was weird. I could string more than 2 numbers together, and without some sort of toxins in my brain just obliterating every single thought that I had. I think I had just pretty much given up. I mean, the weirdest thing ever is I watched my dad die from hepatitis C. it sucks. Because what happens is like your liver eventually fails to a point where cancer develops, and then the cancer, it takes you out. The devil shows you how he's going to kill you.